can't see us through a wall of takeaway bags. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited about this video because it's been a while since I've done anything like food related or mukbang-esque, and I thought, do you know what? While we're in Australia, while we have somewhere to sit and film this, it would be ridiculous to not film this video.
We are trying out Australia's most popular takeaway options, and we're gonna decide if they're the best, I guess.
Basically, we have been living in Australia for the best part of the last 4 months, so we have got to know what is a popular Australian fast food chain that either we don't have in the UK, I've never heard of before, or is even exclusively only in Australia. And I thought it would make quite a fun video because I feel as though you guys like food testing videos. Australia is a bit of a different one. We have picked from 4 food chains to get kind of like main course, sides, dessert.
So we've got Guzman y Gomez, or GYG, I think the locals call it.
That's what the cool kids say.
We've got Red Rooster, we've got Grill, and we've got Hungry Jack's, which is essentially Burger King. I think there was already a Burger King in Australia, so they renamed it Hungry Jack's just here.
So basically we do have Burger King at home, obviously, but technically it is not the same here. Also, I've not tried Hungry Jack's at all at any point because I didn't realise that they had vegan and veggie options. Today we've just gone for sides from Burger King and also dessert. Burger King, Hungry Jack's. For my main food, I am taking the GYG, which is Mexican, and how good is it?
Yeah, we've eaten there a few times already, slight bias towards that, but it is incredible.
We've actually eaten all of them other than Hungry Jack's. But
I forgot I had well actually no, I didn't forget, but I'm not counting Red Rooster. I'll make my opinion today.
We've had GYG quite a lot. You might have even seen it in the vlogs, especially when we were in Sydney. I feel like we ate it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's just so nice, guys. It's basically just Mexican takeaway. Imagine Taco Bell, but like better. And then we've got Grilled. Now, we were picking between Grilled or Betty's Burgers, and essentially, guys, they're very, very similar. They're just 2 burger fast food chains that are, I think, exclusively only in Australia. This is Tom's meal, so you pick this one.
I think it's technically slightly healthier as red meat goes. I mean, all the menus say like it's grilled to be like healthy and whatnot.
Don't know if you can read it at the bottom there. It does say healthy burgers.
We've eaten there a few times now as well, and every burger has been really good.
That's true, actually. Also, as a little addition, I didn't get this because I had a burger last night, but they have a great selection of veggie and vegan options here, which I think is really good for like a burger fast food restaurant. It's not just one option. You can pick between like 4 or 5 different veggie burgers.
But one of the best things about it is that is still kind of everywhere. Like, it's not as mainstream as like the others.
Yeah.
But there's still probably one like near enough wherever you are in Australia.
I think I read there's 160 grilled burgers across Australia. Then we went for Red Rooster for the sides. I've never tried Red Rooster because it is a chicken restaurant and they don't really have anything veggie. You've tried it though?
I had it expecting it to be like as good if not better than KFC, and it was not very good. Yeah, I mean, even the KFC here wasn't as good, I'm just gonna say it.
Either way, I'm gonna crack these open because the drinks are one of them. I also got this. This is an Aussie classic, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not seen this in the UK.
I'm not a big Sprite drinker, so I don't know.
It's Sprite lemon, which sounds kind of silly because to me I thought Sprite was lemonade flavoured.
So maybe it's like a really strong lemon flavour.
No, Sprite Plus has caffeine in it. I've been drinking this, but like, this is a different flavour of Sprite, and maybe it is, but it is also, the plus means caffeine. Anyway, I really like this drink. We then went for Red Rooster fries as the side, and then do you want to show your main?
It smells like that dreadful experience I had, and it's kind of putting me off.
I think they smell alright. I went for the GYG burrito bowl. Just look at this. I'm so excited to eat this. I literally cannot wait.
And I went for, what was the actual specific burger?
The Mighty Melbourne.
Mighty Melbourne. Convenient.
The only thing that made it different from a normal burger really was that it had a fried egg in it. I'm so hungry. It's actually kind of gone cold because we ordered all this and it didn't quite arrive at the same time, so.
Guess what came last? Red Rooster.
I'm gonna try one of their fries first. I didn't try any of it last time Tom did it. Well, they're cold, so.
And they came last. They have no excuse to be cold.
They're not. They're like, they're mid. Actually, no, they're fine. They're quite nice.
Do you not think they're really like soggy? Like really soft?
They are a bit soft, yeah.
Maybe that's just me being picky, but I prefer them a bit crunchier.
Prefer it a bit firmer.
No, they're alright.
These are fine. I'm not picky.
No, they're alright. I just the chicken was just horrible.
I just love burrito bowls, to be honest, guys. I think they're such good meals. I went through my DMs because I'm getting a lot of the same questions, just kind of generally on my social media, about living in Australia, about missing home. So I thought I would just answer the most frequent ones so that there's something for us to chat about whilst we have dinner. So the main one obviously is, how are you finding Melbourne?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you, yeah.
I actually really love it. Not that I didn't expect to love it. I've never been here before. Like, you'd had time here previously, and like Sydney we kind of went to and from quite a bit. But like we had a really good time there the first time. So then going back, I had no like issues. I was just kind of like, I feel at home here. So then the decision to then come to Melbourne and stay in Melbourne at the time was a bit like, before we'd found somewhere to live, was a bit like, I'm not sure if we're gonna like this. What if we keep comparing it to Sydney and it's not as good?
And I think there is an element of constant comparison to Sydney, not even from us, but from everybody you meet.
Everyone you meet is one or the other, and to be honest, I just love both.
Same, I honestly am, and I feel like this is my personality. I am impartial, like to pick a favourite. I can't pick a favourite. I like both cities probably equally.
I do think Sydney is, I was gonna say like slightly prettier, which I think generally it is, but then Melbourne's got some lovely areas.
Melbourne has some really hidden gems. Like.
Yeah, it really does. And to be honest, it's probably got, if you're comparing skylines, it's probably got just as good, if not better. I mean, it's definitely getting better.
I think if you take, obviously Sydney's more iconic, but if you take the Opera House and the bridge out of Sydney.
But they are pretty big things to take out.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, alright. Generally, I think we've been really happy here since we settled here. We've been here for 5 weeks now. Actually, no, we've been in Melbourne for 6 weeks. We've been in a flat for 4 weeks.
To be honest, I feel at home here, and that's been massively helped by like people we've met. Like there's been so many people that are also living here that's made it just feel great. Like we haven't felt isolated, or we've just had people everywhere really.
Also, everybody's been so eager to help and like keen to help us settle in. So friends we've made that are from Melbourne just want to show us around. Friends that we've made that are backpacking obviously feel similar to us, so want to do everything together. The team at Welcome to Travel that are based here, constantly helpful. Obviously we're friends with them, we know them, and they've been great. And it just, all of those things added together, I think it really makes us feel like we've got a bit of a support network in Melbourne, which I do think if we'd have picked a city where we maybe didn't know anybody, would have been different. Obviously I'm sure we would have made friends. I do think we were quite lucky with that.
Definitely.
And I do know all too well.
You had to get that in, didn't you?
I did. How lonely it can feel moving to a city where you don't know anybody. I have done that. I did find that really hard. I was also in a totally different headspace then though. But also, Melbourne is a really bloody cool city, and I think you should visit. Definitely, if you're coming to Australia, please don't miss it out, because so many people do.
Really?
Yeah, so many people start in Sydney, work their way up the coast.
What, and never do Melbourne?
Yeah.
Why would you come here and never do Melbourne?
I
think you need to make your own opinion. Don't listen to what other people are saying about either city.
A lot of people are asking, how are you finding work? What are you doing for work? So I've already done kind of a video, like a working week in my life, but if you didn't see it, I am working mornings in a cafe, little coffee shop in the city centre. It's actually part of an office building, so everybody that I see that comes in for coffee comes in every day, so they're regulars and I see them every single day now. So I've started to like get to know them and like be quite friendly with some of them, and obviously the people I work with as well. I like the dynamic, like don't get me wrong, it's stressful, it's very different to this sort of work. Hospitality is very like high pressure, fast paced, a little bit stressful when it's busy, but I actually don't hate it. I'm not great at early mornings, but other than that there's really nothing to complain about. I think I've got really lucky.
Yeah, you found that job like really early on and you've just settled in it really quick.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing now.
I like it. It's like,
you're in a routine.
Even though it can be stressful, it's also just like easy, do you know what I mean? And it's really good money, so.
And then I've just started, so I don't think anyone will be aware of this because this has just been in the last week. I've started working at like a music bar, like specifically a jazz bar, which is pretty cool. Again, I've definitely been lucky with this. I mean, I've been a bit messed around prior to this, so like maybe lucky isn't the right word, but now is, yeah, I'm at a really good place and I can't really fault it. It's really good pay. I'm the only downside is I'm doing afternoons and evenings, which means that from like half the week we don't really see each other. Oh, we haven't had this yet, but we will have this from this week.
Yeah, there's gonna be no real crossover, guys, because I work like 7:30 till 2, or like 8 till 2, but I have to leave at 7:30. And Tom's gonna be working 2 till 11. In the time it takes Tom to leave and get to work, I'll just be coming back, and then I won't see him until 11. But that's not every day of the week, it's just like 5 days of the week.
Yeah, we'll still
No,
have...
actually, no, 4 days of the week.
The hours can change as well. That's the hours I'm doing next week. The pay is more on weekends here. It's like a general rule if you're paid casually,
The
which is
pay
good.
for working hospitality on a weekend in this country is ridiculously good. Like, this opportunity was too good to turn down, and we knew that it wasn't going to be for like super long. We can just deal with it, bear it. It's going to be worth it overall.
Yeah.
These few months doing the same job in the UK, we'd be making less than half of what we're making now, which is crazy. I definitely think basically that at the moment the pros are outweighing the cons. Guys, we are going to tuck into the rest of our main meal, and I will get back to you when we are trying another one of the sides. Whew.
I'm gonna struggle.
We have some probably now cold onion rings from Hungry Jack's. Now,
nothing better than cold onion rings.
I do know that this is probably not testing them at their best, but we have also got dessert from Hungry Jack's. Overall, my GYG, insane. Loved it. Would have probably been a 10 out of 10 if it was hot. The grilled burger?
An 8.
What about the red rooster fries?
Yeah, they're okay. Like a 6.
I'd give them a 6 or a 7. I actually sort of preferred them to McDonald's fries. Let's try these bad boys. Help yourself to an onion ring. No.
No, that's an instant no. Can't have the onion falling out of the onion ring. It's just...
When the onion is like that instead of the
Yeah.
onion ring, it's a no. I'm sorry, I know that's picky, but I'll just eat the batter. I will do that, pick the onion out,
I'm
and
gonna do that.
eat the batter. I prefer it when it's kind of mushy.
No, they're okay. They're good.
They taste like you would have them at a pub.
Like a little bit above middle of the road, like 6 or 7.
No, what is this? No. It's another Hungry Jack's bag
Oh, it's frozen.
with frozen ice on it.
So what did you get us here?
Their version of a McFlurry. I don't know what they actually call it.
You got one?
Yeah, I just got one. I thought we'd share it.
Why did you get one?
Because I knew you'd be full after your burger, your sides, and your
No,
onion
I
rings.
always have room for a dessert.
Alright, also because I'd spent like $80 on all the food, so I thought, nah, we don't need.
You meant a spoon.
It looks pretty good if you ask me. Right, the next thing that a lot of people are asking are you missing home? Do you miss your family? What do you miss the most about the UK? Things like that.
I'll let you start.
Obviously, I'm missing my family.
Yeah, I think we miss slightly different things.
Yeah, I think we do, because I miss my family and my friends, obviously, but I don't really miss home. Like, there's not really much of me that would rather be in the UK than here. Obviously, because if there was, I would be in the UK. Like, I'm here because I want to be here instead. Of course, I miss my family. Obviously, I FaceTime them a lot, and that does help. I do actually think if FaceTime wasn't a thing, it would be so much harder. I'm gonna try it.
How was it? Is it good?
You're not gonna like it.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. It's soft scoop ice cream.
Well, yeah, McFlurries always are, but I just can't have
It's not a McFlurry, it's from Burger King.
Well-
Hungry Jack's.
the Hungry Jack Flurry.
A Jack Flurry.
My one thing, I do like McFlurries. I know this isn't a McFlurry, but that kind of thing. But my one thing is that the toppings don't go right through the ice cream.
Yeah.
They are toppings.
That's true.
But like, I just feel like once you've had the top
Yeah.
layer, you're just left with ice cream.
They do have it that is at the bottom as well. But
Yeah.
don't con me and call it Oreo when it's actually just an ice cream. Go on, what do you miss from home?
I miss the dog.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course I miss the dog. Is that your number one?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Really?
Yeah, and it's weird, isn't it? Because a dog never talks to you back. But like, I miss playing football.
Above
That's-
your family? That's your number two.
I haven't got there yet.
But that's above your family?
I'm not doing it in any particular order.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty obvious. This isn't in any order. I'll think of an order afterwards. Okay, so I miss playing football. I do like playing football with like my mates and stuff. It's a good like social thing. But I've missed that, and I wanted to play it a little bit more here. But there's still plenty of time for that.
Yeah, Tom's in a lot of like teams at home, and like obviously I don't have anything that is comparable to that.
Of course, I miss my family. Now we've got to that.
Yeah,
Sounds weird, but only at certain times. So like, I miss them all the time, but like I can deal with it most of the time. But then there are some things that will happen, or like something through the day. It might, I don't know, something might happen, and you might just be like, oh, I'm like reminded of like your mum or your dad,
Yeah.
or your grandma or your brother or like granddad. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like,
I wish they were here right
Yeah.
now with me to experience
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Sure. I think I'll be honest, I'm surprised at how much I haven't really been homesick. And that's no disrespect to people back at home. It's just because how I am as a person. Sometimes I do feel quite homesick. Like I definitely know what that feeling feels like, and I haven't felt it here. There were times in Asia actually where I did feel a bit homesick. I think the beginning of Thailand, it was a bit of a culture shock. Like not anything crazy. There was a bit of an adjustment period where I felt really out of my depth and also really jet lagged, and like those first few days, you know, there's a bit of adjusting to do. And I did feel homesick. Coming into Australia this time at the beginning, I think maybe but also because I've been before, I didn't feel homesick, and I think that it's just stayed at that sort of level. Like Tom said, there's been times where I do miss like my parents more and my dog more, and every time I see a cockapoo, and oh my god, how many cockapoos are in this city?
And how many red collies?
So many red border collies.
We're literally seeing our two breed everywhere.
Yeah,
like
I see cockapoo. So this is one of my favourite things about work.
I mean, it is quite nice.
There's a lady that works in the building next door to me that brings her cockapoo puppy to work, and I caught her one day. I was like, I love your dog. I have a dog so similar in the UK. So now when she sees that the cafe is quiet, she brings the puppy in to see me, and I'm like, honestly, you are making my week. This is just amazing.
They're not called cockapoos here.
No,
what are they called?
Spoodles, guys. They call cockapoos spoodles in Australia, because I was like, oh, I have a cockapoo, and she went, oh, it's a spoodle, but and I was like, really? It looks so similar to a cockapoo. And then I showed her my dog, and she was like, that's the same breed. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, spaniel, poodle, spoodle.
So I'm more on board with a spoodle than a cockapoo.
I actually don't love this.
I do, actually. This is really good.
The further down this ice cream I'm getting, the more it tastes like milk. How are you finding living together for the first time?
Most of the time good.
90% of the time it's fine. I think we've been settling into it. Can you not chomp as much like that? Mid-sentence, I literally just told Tom eating too loud.
The irony.
Yeah, I was gonna say most of the time it's fine, but there's a few little niggly things, just like how we actually are.
We both have little niggles at each other.
Tom's pet peeve is like when I don't leave the key on the side, or when I don't leave the shoes in the right place, and like
I'm quite
particular.
I don't even think it's particular, I just think it's just neat and just knowing where things are. Like, if we say we're gonna leave the key on the counter, because for a while we only had one key, which was a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So we decided, right, we'll leave the key on the counter, and then like when I'm rushing to leave for work and the key isn't on the counter, like you can understand my frustration.
I'll hold my hands up, guys, and say I am actually not a particularly organised person. I'm not untidy. Well, I am a bit untidy. I'm not unclean. I know, there's Oreo at the bottom.
It's like a cushion, it smells like a cushion. Do you remember KFC cushions?
No. Generally, guys, we've actually been so fine living together, haven't we? A lot of the last year we've obviously spent living together, sometimes in like, in fact most of the time in way more confined space than this flat. Like we have done a lot of the last year out of like hostel rooms or hotel rooms, and this is a lot more space than that, and it also means that we can unpack and we're not tripping over our stuff, and also we are kind of operating on different schedules right now, so. But
then unpack means that Molly throws everything everywhere.
See, this is what the usual bickering is over. It's over the messiness. That's okay, because I'm working on it and Tom's working on caring less, and we're gonna meet in the middle.
No, you're just gonna be tidy.
My mum's watching this going, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I've got a really nice tidy house for the year that you're away.
Yeah, Mum agrees with me.
Oh yeah.
Mum 100% agrees with me.
What was your highlight of your East Coast trip?
Oh, every time somebody asks me this, there are always two that stand out, and I don't think I can pick between them. You're gonna say Fraser.
I'm gonna say Fraser Island, which is so out of character compared to the last time I came to Australia.
You were literally dreading to go.
I know, I was so nervous, guys. So I have this big thing where if I'm anxious about something and the whole situation makes me nervous, I'll do it anyway because I feel like I've let myself down if I don't do it. So I will push that boundary until I feel so far out of my comfort zone that I actively dislike it, and then I'll go, I'm not doing that again. But it takes quite a lot for me to get to that point, because I always think the further you push your boundaries, the more comfortable you become in situations that are a bit out of your depth. Hence, redoing Fraser Island, because the first time I came to Australia, didn't enjoy it. Spider Central, the anxiety, the fear, the phobias, too much. Also, I'm just not a camper. Like, I don't go camping. I've never been a camping person. You don't want to see me in a tent, it's just not good. So I was like, do I want to do it again? But I did, because Tom had never done it, and I was like, it was a good experience, I think Tom will love it. So I will put myself through that again, because it will be worth seeing Tom enjoy it. And actually it was the best 3 days of the whole East Coast.
Yeah, it was. That's the one I always say.
Yeah.
For all the reasons, like, well actually you didn't say any of the reasons.
No, that was not right, why it was good.
For, like, we had an amazing group. Everyone on that tour was just lovely.
Yeah.
We had a really chill tour guide who clearly had a passion for what he was doing, and that makes a massive difference. And everything we did, all the activities we did, just the driving was just a really fun experience.
Yeah, I'd say that was a highlight. What was your debate between that or the Barrier Reef?
Yeah, the Barrier Reef, just from how incredible it is down there. All the dives, so I haven't done loads of dives, but it was miles ahead of anything I've done.
Yeah, it was.
And the visibility down there was just
unreal.
So good. And the stuff you saw, and then also like that was where I completed my advanced urban water, which was really fun. Did the first night dive there, which was just incredible. It's breathtaking.
The marine
really
life at the Barrier Reef, even if you're not interested in marine life, you will be blown away by what is down there. Like, especially this time, because I scuba dived at the reef this time and I didn't last time. And I just think it is literally like, it's like you've stepped into Finding Nemo for real.
It's just incredible. And even if you're a little bit nervous about scuba diving, like you can snorkel and still see most of it. Like,
so yours are the Barrier Reef and Fraser Island. I think mine is Fraser Island, but the Barrier Reef is phenomenal. I mean, it's a wonder of the world for a reason. Is it a wonder of the world?
No, it's a natural wonder of the world. The normal 7 wonders are all man-made.
We have completed our mammoth feast. I don't even think it looks like we ate that much, but I did order a lot of food.
No, it's just because it's from different places. Like, in terms of food quantity, it's not loads.
If you're from Australia, let me know any other chains that you think we should try, because we did this kind of from like word of mouth that we've heard since we were here. Obviously, some of these are really popular here, especially Red Rooster and especially probably GYG as well. A lot of people have spoken about that.
And also, we've got another exciting Australia-style food video, which is going to be Snack Wars. If anyone's seen Lad Bible do that.
We are going to do that before we leave with some of our Aussie friends, because iconic.
So that'll be a really fun video. They'll be trying our snacks for the first time.
We are going to go. This video has probably been super long. If you have enjoyed it, do give it a huge thumbs up. Let me know your favourite Australian fast food chain in the comments if you've ever been to any of them, or if you are Australian yourself. And other than that, I shall see you guys on Saturday with a weekly vlog that Tom probably won't really be in. So say goodbye to Tom for a little bit.
Sorry guys.
Bye guys.
Bye.